was Manchester United and Arsenal. Yawn.
Yeah, surprisingly. I got to say, I thought Man United would, especially after what they did to Leipzig, I thought they were going to kind of give Arsenal a bit of a walloping. So this is what I mean. In any given day, anyone can get a win here, and it does feel a lot more open. Are Arsenal going to contend? No, their side's not good enough. Sorry, Steve. But they are a good footballing side. I think they were fantastic in midfield. That's one thing I will say. I watched this game in full, and the one thing I will say about Arsenal, great in midfield. Willian looked fantastic. He kind of reminded me of his prime at Chelsea, actually. He was, for my money, actually the best player. I know a lot of people probably disagree with that. It was nice to see Bellerin be more effective as well. Got to be honest, I don't think it was a penalty. I don't. I know every football fan, and especially Steve's going to be like, "Fuck you! It was a penalty." I can just hear him right now threatening to shank me, even from here. And he hasn't even watched it yet. Hey, buddy.
Right. Hey, bud.
Hey, bud. Please don't kill him. Not okay. You couldn't reach me anyway. You're short on stuff. Like, the reality is that I thought it was a soft penalty. I really did. Well, dispatch penalty. I see Aubameyang get a goal, obviously. Looks like he's starting to factor into games more, warm up a little bit more. It'd be nice to see him start pitching in with a lot more goals and getting braces here and there. So, because ever since he's got his payday, it does seem like he's a little bit off the pace. So maybe he's knackered. I mean, he worked his arse off at the back end of last season.
Maybe.
The FA Cup was fantastic, obviously. Everyone enjoyed that very much, seeing them beat the nasty, evil nemesis that was the Blues. I'm surprised Steve didn't just lie up your social media, actually.
I am surprised by that.
Actually, it's because he's just become a dad. But,
yeah, probably.
Yeah, that probably helps. I think he's a little bit more concerned about his son being healthy than whether Arsenal win the FA Cup or not. Well, you never know.
Right.
But Arsenal would have better too.
No, they win the league, then it's all over.
Oh yeah, no question. That kid's gonna fucking end up in the stratosphere. He'll probably give it the old Gene Snitsky and punt it. I'm sure he will. But yeah, no.
We love you, Steve.
Arsenal,
Don't kick. No kicking the kid.
Arsenal would have better too. They were. I thought Arsenal played better. They looked like they wanted it more. This surprises me. I thought Man United were going to come off the back of that, but obviously their home fixtures are weird. I believe they've lost all 4 of their home games. First time since 1978, and the last time they did this, they finished 18th in the league. Now that would be fucking hilarious, wouldn't it? If Man United finished 18th and got relegated. Oh my God, I would piss my fucking... Honestly, I'll tell you this right now. If Man United get relegated, I'm going to get my cock out on this fucking show. Seriously, I will attempt to suck my own cock on this show. Because that will be like... I'll be so happy I don't care about the ridicule I get for that. I will perform fellatio on myself, even though I have to remove one of my ribs, mate. Because there is no way Man United get relegated, but it would be... What? It is hysterical. Man United's home form in the league is fucking... How can you come off of beating Leipzig, a very strong and capable German side, 5-0, and then fucking barely create a half-decent chance against an Arsenal side who, let's be honest, although a very good physical football team, a lot better than I think they were, especially under Emery. I think Mikel Arteta's got a lot of grit in this team. But even Steve messaged me, right, at half-time. I sent him the usual up the arse message, as I always do, up the arse. And, he messaged back and he went, yeah, it was a great first half, but we'll probably get dicked in a second. Because that's just the Arsenal mentality now. Yeah, we're doing all right, so we'll probably get raped. I'm an Arsenal TV fan, you get me? So, it's a strange game to call. I think Arsenal played a better, more complete game. They had a little bit more intent, but it was pretty fucking boring. I'm sorry, Arsenal fans. It was. It was fucking boring. It was not, as a neutral, obviously, a little part of me still obviously wants Arsenal to do well. It's kind of like a faux sort of support now. But, I still want them to do well. I like good footballing sides that do well. You can't not like some of the footballers they got. I love Willian. I think he's fantastic. I always thought he was great. Even at Chelsea, I loved him. So, it's nice to see him still in a prominent position playing for a decent club. But great win for Arsenal. 1-0 at Old Trafford. Happy days. Man United, big problems in the league at home. And they can't continue to do this because otherwise Solskjaer will be on the hot seat. Because you know what football's like. Especially at Man United. They won't hesitate to turf if they think he's... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, being a Man United legend will only get you so far. They're doing well in the Champions League. But that's not enough. You
No.
know, you lost your first 4 home games. You can't do that. Well, you failed to win because you did get a draw with Chelsea, one of arguably the most boring games in history.
Arsenal's first win at United at Old Trafford in 14 years. That's insane.
When was the last time? Was that when they won 1-0 and Adebayor scored?
I don't know.
That doesn't seem...
Wait, 14 years from...
Are you sure? Because that would have been what, 2006?
That's what this says. It says, Pierre-Emerick-Aubamayang's penalty earned Arsenal their first Premier League win at Manchester United in 14 years.
It'd be nice if they said what, because I'm pretty sure I was at the last game that they won at Old Trafford.
The other thing that I want to talk about...
Because I'm pretty sure it was the game where we debuted the whole mobile phone up Ashley Cole's arse, John. We started singing, which you'll remember so well.
Oh, yeah, so well. Fuck off.
One man went to bed. To bed with Ashley. One man and his mobile phone. Went to bed with Ashley.
Like, I don't get...
Part 2 coming up next week.
Yeah, right. The thing that I don't like about Solskjaer's choice of his home side here, no Martial. He instead puts in Scott McTominay. Like, I swear to God, he's got a fucking hard-on for this guy. Why? Martial, Rashford...
I believe he played Pogba.
Oh, I can't... Yeah.
I think they need to get rid of him. He's fucking atrocious.
Who, Pogba?
I mean, I feel a little bad for him. People are crucifying him, right, over the mistake that led to the penalty. But like I say, I thought it was a really soft decision. I did.
Yes.
Like, I thought it was really soft. Like, you can't say that Arsenal didn't deserve to win the game, because they did. But I do think, I'm sorry, I think it was a fucking soft penalty. I do. I don't think he had any business going down under that kind of minimal pressure. Let's be honest, Pogba is just a hand-fisted oaf. Like, you know, I'm sorry, but I don't get it. But you love Martial, don't you? You think Martial?
I do. I think Martial is probably, other than Marcus Rashford, I think Martial is probably the best player on United. And that's because of his form against Chelsea. That's because of his form in the Champions League.
Basically because he's fucking given Chelsea a bit of a what for.
Well, he's given Chelsea fits worse than fucking ridiculousness.
And we all know how many fits you can get from ridiculousness.
Fuck off. But if you look at like the side that faced Leipzig, it was Greenwood, Rashford, Martial in the front three, and they won 5-0 or 5-0. Sorry, American came out of me.
5-0.
Yeah, but like you go into a home game against a rival, because I don't give a damn who you are. Arsenal and United are still rivals. And you play Scott McTominay. Why? And guess what?
Greenwood looks like a touch. I like
Martial wasn't even in the fucking lineup. He wasn't even on the bench. But you got McTominay, who fucking wanks himself silly when he gets into the game. Like, I don't get it. And the Bruno Fernandes experiment at Manchester United, if he's not put in the proper place, it fails. It fails horribly. And you know what? If Solskjaer, as much as he's a legacy and everything, you know who I think really should be coaching for United right now? Ryan Giggs. Giggs was there for a hell of a lot more, learned under Fergie a lot better than Solskjaer.
I don't think just because you played for him a lot longer that qualifies you as a better manager.
Yes,
so, like for instance, Tony Adams was a footballing manager and fucking was terrible at it, and he played for Arsenal for God knows. I mean, he admittedly managed Portsmouth for Arsenal. He was fucking awful.
Well, what I'm saying is, Giggs was under Fergie, or learned under Fergie. He mirrors his style from Ferguson.
A little bit, but the difference, like nobody's going to replace Ferguson. We know that. You know,
right.
Like the guy was manager for 25 years. That's fucking crazy. Like won so many trophies. And what made Ferguson so special is the fact that he literally would murder you. Like, he didn't give a shit. You know, there's a famous incident where he threw the boot at Beckham's head, and that was when he realised, you know what, I've had enough being here, and Pizzagate and all that nonsense. It's just, Ferguson refused to accept failure. And the greatest managers did. It's why he's related to someone, not related literally, but I mean, this is why people related his success to, you know, a Brian Clough, for instance. You know, Paisley as well, Shankly, you know, those kind of guys. You know, very famous, very special managers, Busby as well, who obviously came well before Ferguson and Man United. You know, you're not going to match up to that. You know, they had David Moyes come in. That was just, you know, he was out of his depth. You know, he did so well at Everton, but the difference was that, you know, Moyes is one of those players who gets the best out of smaller teams. And you see that. Look at him now. Look what he's doing at West Ham. Yep. He's good at doing that. He's very good at doing that, Moyes. But yeah, no, I honestly think that a lot of the problems are that this just isn't a complete side yet. This feels like it's still transitional. And they've had too many years now to get it right. And I think that's why people are getting angry. And obviously, when you are as historically successful as Man United are, their fans, their board, the people in and around the club are not going to tolerate years of minimal trophies. They're just not. I know when Mourinho was manager, I think they did the double, didn't they? They won like the FA Cup or was it the League Cup and the Europa League? Whatever. They won a domestic trophy and the Europa League, and that was fine. You know, that winning the Europa League, obviously, I think they beat Ajax in the final, and that got them into the Champions League next season. Obviously, getting Champions League, big money. But for me, you know, I'm watching this and I'm thinking, there's just something missing. And they've got some great pieces. I like Bruno Fernandes. I think he's an excellent footballer. Really like him. I think Rashford is on fire, and how can you not love him with the, you know, the anti-right wing sort of stuff that he's been going on, and you know, taking up for kids and he
is a humanitarian and a great man.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I mean, you know, social justice aside, he's a wonderful footballer as well, and he's just on fire. Everything he does is fantastic. You know, he looks great, but it's just something missing, and they don't have that killer instinct. Do you know what? When I was younger, and especially when I was going to watch games with Arsenal, you dreaded playing Man United because you knew they were going to fucking make it difficult for you. And I hated it. It was in my blood. You know, as an Arsenal fan, you're supposed to hate Spurs. You're supposed to hate Chelsea. Always hated Man United the most. There's always that fucking rivalry. Rooney and all that lot. Fuck them. Ruben is all that lot. And it was so physical and so aggressive. Now, teams like, Man United, fancy our chances here. They all do. They all fancy it. This is not a team to be feared anymore. And that's something that I will give Solskjaer a lot of stick for. He's so fucking tepid. You know, fucking mouths up. You know? Like, you know, a lot of these guys, they get a pass because of what they've done before. But what you do on the pitch doesn't necessarily translate to what you do in the dugout. And this is what's happening here. I think they're about 3 or 4 players short from being a credible and legitimate title threat. Right now, they're in 15th place. I know it's early doors, but like I say, bottom rib time, mate. I will suck myself off on this show if Man United get relegated. You have my word. You have my word. I might have to put it on OnlyFans because I don't think YouTube will allow that. But
thank you.
If I can suck my own dick, I'm monetizing the fuck out of that, I can assure you. Me and Marilyn Manson, mate, we're going to do a fucking duet or some shit. That'd be good times, won't it? Let's be honest, right, lads? Like, you're all criticising, but ultimately, if we could all suck our own dicks, all of us.
I'm not saying a damn word.
No, I bet you're not. Play this back to Jules, man. That's good.
Yeah, fuck off. Shit.
Oh, yeah. But no, good for Arsenal. Let's just say that. Good for Arsenal.
Yeah, good for Arsenal.
They worked hard.
Lots of questions for United, but let's not...
Coming off of a tough tie against Dundalk, mate, they needed to impress against United.
Right. And now the next